nonsense must stop. What nonsense is going on? Jimmy, why are you worrying Florence? Plan be what or car ma plan. Na obinim we Florence onika na why Jimmy number 12. So if you are a foolish man and you buy a car for your side chick and your wife doesn't drive the best car, why Jimmy?
Adofunum obi beka se never de na ekoswa chese Councillor Lutheroldt edidi eye obidi matemsa twen menjaji answer. We listen, we don't judge. Na utie efrim fiti ase ekosi we ya obete eye Councillor Lutheroldt ase minim se matete obinim ene ne yere Florence ehun sem kakra eno na eye Councillor Lutheroldt edena no atumbi tiyenko na Sama Councillor Lutheroldt so akeka fa hon yenko tie bi emrasisi
by obinim starting a useless war. This presentation on the 4th of June by Obinim was useless. I will not defend Florence Obinim, but I'm telling you on record from the own voice of Daniel Bishop Obinim. It says he will never say anything evil about Florence because Florence has been very respectful, humble, and has always listened to him. I have engaged the woman before, and I'm saying this woman, if you are talking to her, when she talks once, she won't talk again. Till today, I am not defending anybody.
And also, you can talk to somebody.
It is the voice of Obinim that this is the best wife.
Okay.
That's what she said. He said, I remember when the crisis of Obinim came with Women Matters. Obinim said, if it's not because she was married to Florence, her ministry could have collapsed. Because in all those times, Florence never spoke. Everybody wanted her to grant an interview. She didn't speak. This Benedicta Gaffes relationship, the pastor's wife's relationship, the maid servant relationship, Florence never opened her mouth to say anything. Kept on looking unto God, the author and the finisher, because she didn't want divorce. So if anybody says that Obinim is suffering because of Florence, that would not be true.
Oh, who is saying that? Obinim is suffering.
This trouble that started, Obinim started it.
Okay.
Mr. Speak, Obinim started it too. Everybody is sitting down there. You come and tell us that when you die, Florence should not be part of your funeral. How? Are you sick? Who told you that? In the church that you are leading as a pastor. When members die and you are going to the funeral, is it not families that organize the funeral?
Charlie.
If there's confusion at Kojosafo's funeral, confusion at Lumber's funeral, it doesn't mean that you have confusion. Set your home well. Yeah. Plan well.
Yeah.
So if anybody comes to say, we don't know what Obinim is going through, I will not defend Florence, but I'm using the words of Obinim. He said that the best wife is Florence. And for some of us who have had some level of relationship,
you can testify
with Florence, I'm saying till today, this woman is too humble.
Okay.
Anything you wanted to do, she want to go and ask Obinim. That is why till today, you've not seen any billboard of her organizing any musical program. She only sings within the four corners of Obinim's church. She left Ghana to Spain. Went to live there with the children because that is what Obinim says. Obinim and Florence have been married for 22 years. not 2 years. 22 years. 22 years. Now, if after 22 years of marriage, you come in 2026 on the 4th of June to tell us that you have sent a 14 minutes audio to your wife, telling your wife that you will never speak evil about her, but her association with Team Legal Wives and other groups you don't like, you are sick in the head. What about them? Obinim, what about them? What are we talking about? Florence Obinim has never opened her mouth to do a video to tell us what is happening. You started.
Yeah.
You started this nonsense.
Yes.
Come and tell us that Florence Obinim is not respecting you, is not helping you in the church. We will do it. But you have come to tell us that if you open your mouth anywhere and you say anything evil against Florence Obinim, God will punish you. You said it. Look, Obinim's wife said, the Bisan said, then I walk on. Obinim says that statement was a curse.
Yeah.
Why? The lady has brought out her song. She wants to promote it because she's like Empress Gifty. She's like PSA Esther. Florence Obinim is equally good like all the gospel musicians you are seeing in this country.
Yes.
But when was the last time you saw her singing on the platform?
Yeah.
If Team Legal Wives are celebrating Ma Akosua Sewa in Kumasi, and they deem it fit to invite Florence Obinim, what is her crime? Is she not a musician? Why? Why? Why can't husbands understand that whatever career, whatever position you meet somebody's daughter, let her flourish in that position and still let her be a wife? She has not stopped being a wife. If you say you are a good husband, you are a good husband because you are married. To who? To a stone, to a dog, to an animal, or to a woman. What is going on? Bishop Obinim cannot. Look. I am not here to defend Florence. I am not here to speak against Obinim. But I'm using his own videos to analyze that he is stepping off his boundaries.
Okay. What
wrong has Florence done if she wants to pursue her career? I remember about 8 years ago, Florence Obinim said at the birthday party of Bishop Obinim in Tema that her music career became what it is because of Bishop, and she will always be grateful. This woman, everywhere she is, she calls the husband Bishop. Yeah. Look, my brother, are you in this country or in this particular part of our world when Obinim's issue became back-to-back insults, videos, audios, all this time? Did you hear anywhere Florence speaking? She was just praying because she told everybody that I know my husband. He can be at fault, but I will not give him up. When videos and audios went to the next two with Kwekwanan, the troublemaker, the mechanic turned journalist, Kwekwanan, who gave Kennedy Japan an opportunity to spill lies with no investigation. And the fight between Obinim and Kennedy Japan came. I went to stop the fight. I intervened and I had to fight Kennedy Japan to stop what he's doing because of the Church of God. It was not that Obinim has not done what they are saying he has done. Some of them, he did them. Because he came back to admit on Delay Show that he had an amorous relationship behind the wife. You know what that means? The admitting of that relationship gives Florence Obinim the right to call for divorce because it was infidelity with an audio and a visual experience. Do you know how painful, insulting, disgracing, disgusting it sounds for your husband to openly tell people, yes, I cheated on you.
Cheated on my wife.
I mean, some nonsense must stop. It's just like Ojaba. When Ojaba's issue came and I said, he should not defend. He should be quiet and let it die. Today I see Ojaba coming to say that when his issue came, Obinim spoke. So he too, he will speak. Charlie, what are these men of God doing? None of us are perfect. We have not gotten the opportunity to do what they have done wrong. We may fall victim. I may be one time there, but I'm saying that when these issues were happening to Obinim, when Obinim was going through the crisis of shame and disgrace, that he has come to admit on Delay Show. Sampa. Look, when Obinim became the Jesus of God's way, when Obinim became the angel, when Obinim became everything, Florence Obinim right to speak, but she didn't speak. When the junior pastor's wife said there was a relationship between Onu and Obinim, Florence didn't speak. But Obinim came to say, Eyampa. Who can get such a wife? Who can get such a woman as a wife? Where women will hear small thing and they'll report you to everybody in the world. They will put on their cameras. Can't Florence? She knows how to do live. The time she had a program called something wisdom. Florence was doing her own program in relationship, but because of what Obinim was doing, Florence had to bend her head into her thighs and leave Ghana to go and spend the rest of her career. Then today, the children are grown. Florence Obinim is a gospel artist.
Yeah.
Just like any of the female gospel artists in the Ghana. Yes. But why is she under carpet? What is it? Then who is Obinim? Obinim is a bishop. Obinim is a pastor. Obinim is a father. Obinim is a husband. Who is Florence? Florence is a wife. Florence is a mother. Florence is a gospel artist. I played her song just now. Do you know how long this song is? Until today we are playing the song. What has she got out of what she brought as a career? Somebody opens a radio station and it collapses. It's not because there were no good workers, but one far baby. Everything you do, you need a spiritual backing. That's what I was saying. I am not sitting here just because I want to do TikTok. Because there are people that come on TikTok and they come to create trouble, they come to attack me. So I sit here with a spiritual backing. If you do, I will do back. If you curse me, I'll curse you back. If you come and attack me spiritually, I'll attack you back. That's what I was saying. And Obinim says that Florence will go and stay in the bush, will not eat, just to fast that the husband's powers will come. What are we talking about? You came to tell us the backing of your wife. And you have not changed your mouth. So why all this nonsense? What is this? Why, when the church is taking a shape, you Obinim, you came and said that all the things you said, being an angel was a lie, all the miracles was a lie, and everybody was shattered. All those times, your wife never did anything. There is nobody can tell me, George Lutheroldt, that one of the troubles that were caused for Obinim were caused by Florence. If you come and say that, You are very stupid. Do you have an evidence telling us that Florence say eti obinim?
No.
The record is there. People are go to social media and go and see videos of the things obinim have done, and people are bringing it while the wife is promoting her new song. And then yenim nyansa. And then Bishop Ojaba, if you have anything you want to tell Obinim, why start a video and start a fight? The Nyansa, what are the men of God doing? When you do this and your congregation's members are doing this, how do you reprimand them? How do you stand in front of a church that when a member dies, you go and donate to a family that has organized a funeral, that when you die, you don't want your wife and your family were gyimifo. Counselor,
Kamibisa, to me, as a man, say, oh, baby, you make some comments which is a stage of getting to menopause or papa pause or anything like that. Remember,
there's something we call in this small journey of our lives, anthropos. Is there? So you are right. There's anthropos. Anthropos is a male menopause.
Because
but obinim is too young for anthropos. Obinim is too young to say that he's going through male menopause. No, he's not gotten there. He's not gotten there.
Okay.
He's having a shallow thinking.
But Counselor, don't we? But if you say we are any Bruce to me mouth to me cancel my own. I'm sitting here, I'm not angry, I'm not upset. Everything I'm saying, I am very careful because I know that I can say something that will put me in trouble. So you can't tell me that me kasakeke. No. I am very careful because there are people doing screen recordings. Someone will just take a portion of what I've said and go and give it to Obinim, and he will not understand, even though he has to go and watch the whole video.
Yeah.
So I'm very careful with the choice of my words. So I've not lost my mind. So you can't tell me that Obinim is overexcited. No, overexcited about what? Coming on the 4th of June to come and tell us what we don't want to hear. After all the things that have happened. Now people are using videos to mock Florence. She's promoting a new song. Because she's a gospel musician. Why should this come and crash her ministry at this time? And then, do you know how proud you will be if your wife is Florence Obinim, whose song is played everywhere? Look at PSC Esther. Look at Empress Gifty. Look at Ohima Mercy. Look at all the female gospel artists. How many of them are better than Florence? None of them. Did you see Florence Obinim's interview on GH page? Very composed and was still careful because she was hurt. She said there are things that if she opens her mouth to say it, people would think she's a fool. What breath? The Obinim says, I told Florence.
It might be spiritual attack. It might be spiritual attack.
That is why the spiritual attack. That is why the wife says the boys following the husband should pray for the husband, because Obinim, one of the foolish things he's doing is that when you call him, he won't pick. When they get money, they think that everybody should eat their shit. Nonsense. Who just sang? Who didn't say we chia? Why? After 22.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But
the prayer has to go more.
Go more. And he's speaking. He's speaking. Your wife is promoting her song, going for radio interviews. Instead of her to go and talk about her song, she's answering questions from your foolish, stupid presentation in the church. What is it? Ale, look, I've said it. Men of God,
that will want to address their wives, children, girlfriends, side chicks on the pulpit are stupid. My Jimmy. Mesuni obi will fighter. Men use God's time. Once my veteran me software, my so video, and ya sorry na be. Me Kenyan sama chile nipa or one yansa. Me fa microphone na me preach ya. Me can we wo microphone na me preach go nyankopon mre. We ya memre. I feel disgusted. Go and see. And now obi akofa kweku anan any Kennedy Japan video. Aye can sema obinim aye. Emre say go streaming Florence Obinim because the name Obinim is a brand. And it is a Florence Bayanka. I said Florence, it means riding on the shoulders of Bishop Obinim. None in you yen turning them and people and But what nonsense is going on? Useless comment in church. Wait, Jimmy. Unim nyansa, unya sofo. And crofwe ye na okon. Okwa. Omo you know can share no. Say when you reach ho. Ni kule ye nhihye asorefo ene ne ma ye nhihye na obey sending kra command negotiation for obey ye I mean obinim a jajimien they are brew. Why are you worrying Florence? I've told you I'm not judging you, but who shared the ekoso Florence Obinim make last year I went to his house constantly because me say, "Mommy, when you, she deserves an award." 10 years ago, na me cast Obinim money you know, and mingle one play. Debbie Alqua Florence with you. I got Kumasi, wako Tema, wabab Accra, or Tony Mo Obinim pet. Does it make her a gospel musician? You can't invite Florence to your church. You cannot invite Florence to your church. Obinim says if George Lutheroldt is an enemy to him, the Florence Obinim, who is a gospel musician, must also be my enemy. Well, Jimmy, I am not angry. Me boom fool. Me can't say no my who say the Obinim way. Or had the brand Florence Obinim. Emi ya say ni din eso Florence so de yenim. Na go so fanum or fed din bia Obinim ne nka. She should remain as Mrs. Obinim. But can nyum to no. On fed din bi Mama Flo Bibi. Akuso Japan kan man tina se. So I worry 5 times. Yes. Nakakosa Japan, on in a chorus, and not brew what you jay, or in next one, why you jay. I mean, what is a jay? Now, see, a prophet, we cry, and so good. Missy, what you go and just wait for money. Divorce doesn't mean you're a bad woman. If it doesn't work, leave. But you see, Akosia Japan has remained the brand because she never touched her name.
Yeah.
Look at the way Christiana Love suffered to take away Pastor Love's name from her name. Look at Empress Gifty, the way she suffered to take Gift Yourself from her name. You see? So what I'm saying is that Florence Obinim is promoting her new song. But the misconduct or the misbehavior and mispresentation of Obinim in church is affecting the promotion of the music. She's a writer of her own song.
Yeah.
She said that she has an interview to go. She's running interviews to promote her song. When she gets to the studio, instead of people to discuss her song, she goes to the studio and they are discussing Obinim's stupidity in church. Now say no say Obinim won plan. Now what to car man won plan. Now Florence won't talk man. Where Jimmy Sam boy be our assassin. I repeat myself. Say a no say. Dear Ojaba e can ya no say. Won plan bi what or car ma won pna. Na obinim wo yire Florence. Onika a wo to man na wa Jimmy. Nyambe tuya nobody can be compared to a wife. Oh no, you don't understand it. No, look, a wife is a wife. A side chick is a side chick. When a side chick moves from being a side chick to a baby mama, still she's not a wife. What a wife does, a side chick and a baby mama cannot do. So if you are a foolish man and you buy a car for your side chick and your wife doesn't drive the best car, where Jimmy? Let me use myself as an example. Hear this. Yes, you are ready to hear. Open your ears. Any brand new car I buy, I give it to my wife. Hear me. If you make the mistake in life to go for somebody's daughter as a wife, continue making the mistake to maintain that woman. Let her be respected as your wife. Especially if she is cooperating like Florence Obinim.